Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I should be using an Oxford dictionary and not a Webster's since I'm such a Canadian patriot. Is that ironic? Don't you think? Well, let's see. Irony. 1. Expression in which the intended meaning of the words is in the direct opposite of their usual sense. Hmm. Well, isn't that just sarcasm? You look great when someone looks awful. I like those shoes. Those shoes look awful. Oh, great. Is that irony? Like, I would think that irony is a little higher form of humor than just sarcasm or a pun. Number 2. Now, this one's a little more interesting and a little more accurate in my perception. An event or result that is the opposite of what is expected. Hmm. Let's ask Alanis Morissette. An old man turns 98. He won the lottery, he dies the next day. How is that ironic? We expect him to die the next day. He's 98 years old. Wouldn't it be more ironic if the old man turns 98, wins the lottery, and he knows that he's going to die soon, so he gives the lottery ticket to his grandson, and his grandson dies the next day, and the old man lives for another 10 years to be 108? That would be ironic. A fly in your Chardonnay? That's not ironic. That's just unfortunate. What you were expecting a Chardonnay and it was going to be great, and then a fly comes in. That's not really ironic. There's got to be more of a twist to it. Death row pardon 2 minutes too late? Well, that just sucks. But I don't know. I guess that could be ironic. How about a death row pardon 2 minutes too late, and but then it turns out the guy was really guilty and deserved to be burnt or fried to death? Maybe that would be ironic. Don't you think? Rain on your wedding day? That's not ironic. That's actually good luck. Free ride that you just can't take? Well, here's what would be ironic. Free ride. You really want that free ride. You're late for work. You almost get in the car, but no, you didn't get in the car, and you feel bad about not getting into that car. And it turns out the driver of that car was Ted Bundy, and he would have killed you. That would be ironic, and that happened to one woman. It's a true story. Good advice that you just can't take. Well, that happens every day. Why can't you take that good advice? That could be ironic in many ways, or not ironic. I mean, good advice that you just can't take. That's just a part of life. And who would have thought or figured? Mr. Play It Safe was afraid to fly. He packed a suitcase and kissed his kids goodbye. He waited his whole damn life just to take the first flight, and as the plane went down, he thought, well, isn't this nice? I don't know if that's ironic. That just sucks. He was right. He shouldn't have flown. Well, I guess that's kind of ironic, you know? The one time that he decides to take the risk is the one time the parachute doesn't open. That's another story about the parachute jumper. Now, life is a funny way of sneaking up on you when you think everything's okay and everything's going all right. Yeah. What Alanis Morissette doesn't appreciate here is that irony can work in your favor, right? Irony is not always bad. It's not things just like a good situation gone bad with a last minute twist, right? Irony could be your friend. It's often been mine. A traffic jam when you're already late. Well, that's just a problem upon another problem. There's no twist there. No smoking sun in your cigarette break. Well, I guess it's ironic if, like, oh, please, boss, can I just go out for a cigarette? And then you finally go out for a cigarette and you can't get your cigarette. Well, maybe you should quit smoking. Maybe so should I. 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. Why do you have 10,000 spoons? You can sharpen a spoon into a knife. Meeting the man of your dreams and then meeting his beautiful wife. Well, the live version is a little more ironic. It gets a laugh. Meeting the man of your dreams and then meeting his beautiful husband. See, there's a twist. That's a little bit more ironic, don't you think? And the rest is just the repeat of the chorus. Irony is a twist. The original joke is an ironic joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. You expect something that shouldn't be expected, and that turns out to be what you should have expected in the first place. Of course, the chicken crossed the road to get to the other side, but you were expecting it to cross the road for some fucking reason. Irony has two layers to it. Irony is at the root of all humor, and it's not always funny, and it's not always bad. But all jokes contain irony. Irony is the rudimentary, the most complicated, and most simple form of humor. Well, that's my opinion, my observation, and I think I have good insight into how humor and philosophy works. Or I don't. I don't really care. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?